closer and closer to the general election, multiple Democrats are lobbying to be Joe Biden's running mate. And we know, but back in March, Biden vowed to put a woman on the ticket. And now, as we've done before, we're going to play a little game we like to call Veepstakes. Here are the candidates we're going to break down today. And as you can imagine, the list keeps growing, so stick with me here. California Senator Kamala Harris, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, former Georgia House of Representatives and gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams, Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, Illinois Junior Senator Tammy Duckworth, Florida's Congresswoman Val Demings, Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin, New Mexico's Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, we're almost done here, guys, and Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Okay, so which of these candidates will energize the ticket? That's the big question. To answer that, we're going to bring in our company, Republican strategist and attorney Sery and Democratic strategist and former political advisor to Pete for America, Jessica DeLoach. Ladies, welcome back.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right. Let's mix this up a little. Since there are so many, I think the way we need to kind of divide it up. What I'd like to start off with, each person give me two people they definitely think won't be considered and two people that are at the top of that list. Jessica, you are the resident Democrat, and we're in this race with Pete Buttigieg. You start. Who are the two that there's no way they're getting it?
I'm starting to think it might be Tammy Duckworth and Stacey Abrams.
Okay. Sery.
Well, I would definitely take out the Congresswoman, and I would also take out the governor of Nevada.
Okay. Lindsay.
Okay, these are people that I think have a chance, but I think that they should be taken out. So that's my spin on it. One of them is Governor Gretchen Whitmer. I think she should be taken out. And then also Stacey Abrams. I know that people really like her, but I don't think she should be in the running. Sean.
Interesting. I'm going to leave out Tammy Baldwin and Amy Klobuchar, and I'm going to put in Kamala Harris and Val Demings. Now, Jessica, can you give us the two that you think should stay in?
Kamala Harris and Gretchen Whitmer.
Yeah. Okay. And Sery?
Well, my number one pick is the Nevada Senator, Catherine Cortez. And I would say the other person is Stacey Abrams.
You think that she's definitely a good pick?
No, I don't think she's a good pick. I think the Democratic Party is about identity.
You can't kick them out and bring them in. They're either on the list. You can't have that.
John, no, I'm bringing in Stacey Abrams. I think she's hot for Vice President Biden.
Okay. And who did you kick out? I'm sorry, because I put your check mark in the wrong box.
Okay, I kicked out the Congresswoman that you mentioned and the governor of Nevada, and I put in the senator from Nevada and Stacey Abrams.
Gotcha. Okay, so let me start with Jessica. Why did you choose the two people that you did, and why did you throw out the two that you did? And obviously, let's try to rush through this.
Sure. Okay. Well, the two that I threw out Stacey Abrams just because I do think there's going to be considerable reflecting on the person who would succeed Biden should he become president. And I think there will be some hesitation there due to her experience, which shouldn't matter as much considering we have Donald Trump as president, but whatever. And then I was thinking about how you need a name that's going to mobilize people. And I just didn't think that either of those options would ultimately do so, especially if you have Kamala Harris, who I did choose to include because she does project strength. She has a law enforcement background and she's tough as nails. And then also thinking about Governor Whitmer and just the strength that she projects. I still think that Kamala Harris should be the first in the running there, though, but you have several great options.
All right. Sorry, give me your quick rundown.
So I excluded the two because I believe that the Democratic Party is looking for something sexy and exciting, and neither of them are interesting, not to use those adjectives for women. But I think the Democratic Party is all about identity politics right now, and they are embracing a message of suffering. And as far as I know, Stacey Abrams has not succeeded in anything. She's just been insufferable, and they seem to really like it. But in my particular opinion, I think the senator from Nevada, Catherine, she is the best choice for Vice President Biden. And I say it as someone who's going to work ardently to make sure that Biden loses because she's articulate. She's a federal prosecutor. She's a former attorney general. She's a current sitting United States senator. She runs the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee. She's awesome.
All right, Lindsay, give me your quick take.
All right, Kamala Harris is my #1 pick. I think that she energizes the base. She comes from a huge donor state, and she's also African-American, huge plus, and she's relatively young. And then second, no one mentioned this, but Elizabeth Warren, she picks up all those Bernie Sanders voters who have now nowhere to go. And so even though she's a little bit on the older end, I think that she really can pull all those over to the Biden camp and could be a huge win for him. Sean?
Yeah, I think generally I agree with Jessica on Kamala Harris. She's strong, she's tough, she's got a rock-solid resume, and it really plays well both in terms of the criminal justice aspects of this, and she does well with African-American women, which is going to be a huge necessity to get motivated for the base. So I think she's huge. I also think this latecomer, Val Demings, I don't think she's necessarily got the resume, one term in Congress, an Orlando chief of police, but it's still a solid, resume, and it still will excite the base of African Americans. And I think that that's what they need more than anything right now. I think that Whitmer is out for a variety of reasons because they're dealing with a lot of things in Michigan, and I don't think she offers much. And I also think that Warren Klobuchar is, very nice, but she doesn't motivate anybody. And I think to everybody's point here, they need someone that's going to fire them up. The last thing I'd say is I think that Biden's put himself in a box that it's not just got to be a woman. He started off with that, but I think he's really kind of going down the path of making at least enough hints that it's going to be an African-American woman, that if he doesn't choose one of those two women, that it's going to be seen as a real put down. Jessica, do you think that that's accurate? Because I think that's what makes Kamala Harris by and far the front runner by heads and tails.
Sure. African-American women have been the lifeblood of the Democratic Party. We've seen this reflected in the last several cycles. You have a dedicated base of supporters who always show up. And, I do think that it's common, unfortunately, for ambitious Black women to be called inseparable and to be dismissed. But they show up for the party and they work hard in their communities. And we have several opportunities to elevate one of these leaders to a higher office. So I don't think that he's hurt himself too much. I think he's got a great answer right in front of him. And I think her name is Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I actually, for all of those reasons, I don't think that anybody else, he may play footsie with the other ones and try to make it look good. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's anyone that's going to compare to her in terms of experience, resume, and what she does to motivate the base. But yeah. All right, ladies, thank you. This was fun. I hope to play again very soon, and I'm sure we'll have like 18 more people in the field to choose from.
Same.
All right, well, coming up, remember what we talked about yesterday, the whole New York Times taking down Ronan Farrow, going after him for his reporting? Well, guess what? Right after we leave, go off air, Matt Lauer comes out, starts swinging and taking a whack at Ronan Farrow himself. So we're going to sit down and give you our take on what Lauer said. And later, as always, we're going to close our show with a positive note on our good guys. Stick around.